Hey, Casey here. Hey, you want to unlock your dream life? There's one thing that's crucial that you cannot skip, and I'm going to tell you what that is after this story. So, this guy said to God, God, give me what I want. And God says, tell me what you want. And the guy says, you're God, you should already know what I want. God looks at him and says, hey, when you're done screwing around, just let me know, okay? The point of the story is we're not getting clear on what we want. We want these vague things. I want a better job. I want more money. I want a cool partner. I want better clothes. I want a car. I want a better body. I want a better mindset. I want to be less miserable. And we just throw these, uh, broad ideas out to the universe and we get broad results. But that's not clarity. That's fog. It's like telling the GPS, hey, take me somewhere better. You need to give some coordinates to GPS. Same thing with the universe. You got to give it some coordinates. The mind wants to get you what you want. The universe wants to get you what you want. God wants to give you what you want. But you got to get specific and you got to get focused. Here's the truth. Vague goals create vague actions, and vague actions create vague results. Okay? When you create specific goals, you take specific actions, which creates specific results. If your dream life feels far away, it's not because it's impossible. It's because you don't have a clear picture. Your mind, body, and your higher power don't have a clear aim or a target. Let's take the goal of a better job. I want a better job. What does a better job look like? Okay, here we go. I want a job that pays $80,000 a year. I need full benefits with a lower deductible. I want to work for a company that's family owned. I want at least 4 weeks of vacation to start. I want to work from home. Okay. Now we have some criteria. And here's the shift. When you have a goal that's clear, then it feels possible. And then you start moving towards it automatically. So this isn't just some motivational talk or something to pep you up. There's actual science to our mind about this. When we get specific about what we want, our subconscious mind hears what we want and it starts moving us towards it automatically. It starts lighting up things in our experience. The person that you wouldn't have noticed before, the conversation you wouldn't have noticed before, the ad you wouldn't have noticed before, these little clues, these little clues are all around us that we're not seeing before. Have you ever noticed, like, when you're like investigating a new car, or somebody starts driving for a certain company of semis or something, and now you see those semis everywhere, or you see the same car, like this Ford Focus that you were looking at to buy, you see them all over the road now. This is neuroscience, okay? This is It's not because those cars magically appeared or the semi truck logo started appearing magically. It's because they were always there, but now our mind is lighting them up for us, saying, hey, you care about this. This is important to you. You want to look over here. You want to look over there. So this system is called the Reticular Activating System, and it lights up things in our world that we need to pay attention to if we want to get to where we want to go. The RAS is your internal filter, and it decides what gets through to your conscious awareness and what gets ignored. When you define a clear goal, your RAS starts tuning your perception. It starts highlighting things that are there that you wouldn't have seen before. Suddenly, a conversation feels relevant, or you remember talking to somebody a while back about something that could help you get to where you're going. That's your brain working with you. That's giving your mind a target and it going to work for you. So, if you want to supercharge this, you can use visualization. The technique is to get into a meditative state, possibly before bed when you're kind of tired, and you imagine the scene. You imagine the scene of getting the job. Maybe you're clicking open your email and you see the offer letter in your email, and you open it up and it's everything you wanted. And then you phone a friend and say, I got the job. It's everything I wanted. And you feel into that. Neville Goddard taught this, and now neuroscience is backing this up, saying neuroscience is saying the imagination, the scenes that you create in your mind, the mind cannot tell the difference between that and actually experiencing this in the real world. So when you visualize this scene in your mind, it's actually like your mind thinks you already have it. And once your mind thinks that you already have it, it will try to get you to go to the place in the real world to make it materialize. So once you create this scene in your mind and you feel it in your body, you have a feeling state and your nervous system recognizes that feeling state. And then you repetitiously go through this scene in your mind and keep creating this feeling state. Your body and your mind start thinking that it already happened, and it gets very familiar with the feeling. And it leads you towards that thing actually materializing in the real world. It starts moving towards it automatically. You think differently. You take different action than you normally would. Your mind might take you one way and you're like, no, actually, I think I need to go this way. It's an intuition. And the more you do this, the better you get at it. The more subtle the feeling is. The thought of procrastination, that the mind kind of wants to take you to the comfortable, safe place, there's something deeper pulling you the right direction. And if you start feeling that and you start moving in that right direction, I guarantee you're going to see a shift. So this isn't about forcing things on the outside to get to your goal. This is more about feeling into where you want to go and who you want to be from the inside out. All right, going back to the beginning, you got to know what you want in order to get it. So that's where your work begins. It's getting real specific. What do you want? Maybe it's the business that you want to build. Maybe it's a house you want to buy, or a car, or a partner that you want to call in. And then get specific about what that looks like, write it down, refine it, visit it in a couple of days, make sure it's really what you want, and start working towards it using this technique. Start to do the visualization. It's about becoming the person who already lives that life. So what I want you to do is at night, before you're going to bed, close your eyes down and get into like a kind of a sleepy, dreamy kind of state, and picture your scene and visualize you already accomplishing or having your goal, and get into the feeling of it. What does it feel like? What's going on around you? What does the scene look like? What does it smell like, taste like, feel like? What is the touch, the feeling? Maybe you're giving somebody a hug. Maybe you have a piece of paper. Maybe you're clicking around. What is the joy, feeling, the freedom that you feel from it? Really get into it. That's what impresses the subconscious, and it says, hey, this already happened. And once something, the subconscious already thinks something happened, it must materialize in the real world. It's like creating a vacuum. It can't exist here if it doesn't exist out here. It's coming from the inside out. As within, so without. So do that daily, and do these techniques daily for a few minutes each day, and I guarantee you will feel the shift happening. You'll start thinking differently. You'll start acting differently. You'll notice that something's changing. So what's something that you're calling in right now? If you made it to this far in the video, what are you trying to get? What is the goal, the scene, the achievement? What are you trying to get in life? Go ahead and drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. If you're ready to go deeper on this, or maybe you just have some mental blocks about this, or maybe you just don't know what you want, or you need help developing what you want, go ahead and hit me up. My info's in the description. Go ahead and click the link. So I'm going to wrap that up today. I'm Conscious Casey. Namaste. Take care. See you in the next video.